Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. Today, we are going to touch down upon synthetic chemistry, organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, modern tech, and innovation, along with the various challenges and the future prospect of tech with Dr. Venu Kandula. I am your host, Rittika Dutta, and today we are going to go into the depths of all of these topics. So please stick around in our podcast. So, Dr. Venu Kandola, would you walk us through the
Hi.
journey? Yeah, hello. Would you walk us through the journey of a molecule from an initial concept to the drug on the pharmacy shelves and walk us through the major milestones?
Yeah. The always the journey of molecules from an initial concept to a drug on pharmacy cells is a long and expensive process, often taking 10 to 15 years. Is only a small fraction of potential candidates survive the rigorous testing designed to ensure safety and effectiveness. The major milestones of this journey are typically divided into several key stages. So here are some of the phases like phase one discovery and development. This stage involves the foundational research needed to identify and create a potential new medicine. Uh, there are some few important things that is a target identification, compound screening, lead optimization, and drug formulation. And coming to phase two preclinical research. Here, before a drug can be tested in humans, it undergoes extensive laboratory and animal testing to gather data on its safety and potential efficiency. Here is the few some two studies is that is in vitro and in vivo studies. But then we'll go to phase three, that is clinical research. This stage involved testing the drug on human subjects, and after that some regulatory review, and a team of medical and scientific experts at the regulatory agents reviews the data to decide whether the drug is safe and effective enough for public use. That is here they will test, and after that phase four manufacturing and distribution. Here is the two main things is that is one good manufacturing practices, that is GMP standards to ensure the drug identity, quality, and purity are consistent. Second one is formulation and packaging and labeling. The final drug product is prepared, packaged with all required labeling, and distributed to pharmacies and hospitals through a complex supply chain network.
Right. So, what makes the pharmaceutical R&D different from research in other industries? What unique challenges do you face?
Yes, yeah, that the pharmaceutical R&D is fundamentally different from research in most other industries because it operates at the intersection of complex biological systems, strict regulatory oversight, and immense financial risk, all while carrying a profound ethical responsibility for human health. Unlike a tech company developing a software update or an auto manufacturer designer a new car, compared with all these, that pharmaceutical already deals with the unpredictable complexity of living organisms and the high stakes consequences of failure. It takes an average of 10 to 15 years to bring single new drug to market. That for nervous system disorders, the process can be even longer due to purely understood disease mechanisms. Here, global complexity is there that with each country having its own standards for drug approvals, companies must invest significant resources to ensure across different markets. And after that, quality control, complex scientific and biological hurdles.
What impact have technologies like high throughput screening, computational chemistry, and automation had on drug discovery timeline?
Yeah, always technologies like high throughput screenings, computational chemistry, and automation have fundamentally reshaped and drastically accelerated the drug discovery timeline. Here are the impact on the drug discovery timeline. Here are some points, that is high throughput screening and massive parallelization, efficiency in hit identification, enhanced early stage filtering. Here, one of the important topic is computational chemistry. These computational chemistry or computer aided drug design has made the process of finding and optimizing leads more rational and efficient. Here, virtual screening and structure based design and early stage risk assessment is the key points here. That is automation means automation provides the infrastructure for high speed, repeatable and precious experiments throughout the entire R&D pipeline. And here are some points that is increased speed and throughput, improved accuracy and consistency, integration and data management. And here are the we will see here reduced risk of failure is that by elimination fluid compounds earlier and failing cheaply. These technologies reduce the overall financial and time risk of the R&D process. For example, pharmaceutical companies leveraging these advanced technologies have reportedly been able to reduce overall R&D timelines by as much as 50%. This means that process that once took over a decade now takes significantly less time, enabling therapies to reach the market and patents much faster. Yeah.
Okay. So, how has your ability to work previously with undruggable targets changed the R&D landscape really?
Yeah, that's a good question. Historically, many proteins and other biologic targets were deemed undruggable because they lacked the characteristics necessary for traditional small molecule drugs to bind the inhibit them. However, recent technologies advancements have expanded the scope of what is considered a viable drug target. This has profoundly changed the pharmaceutical R&D landscapes by opening up vast new therapeutics possibilities for previously untreatable diseases. Here, what made targets undruggable is traditionally drug discovery focused on proteins with well defined binding pockets, such as enzymes and receptors. The small molecule could reversibly occupy many other important disease related proteins were undruggable for several reasons. That is, lack of suitable binding pocket and protein protein interactions, intrinsic disorders. Here, nucleic base, acid base, and cell therapies. These modalities do not act on proteins at all, but rather target the molecule and process that create them. And here, no, from all decades, nowadays increased R&D investment. That is the successful targeting of proteins like KRAS has validates these novel approaches, attracting more investment and talent to the field. This creates a positive feedback loop of further innovation. Yeah, that is nowadays it's in in R&D these all increased actually.
Right. So, coming to the very end of the podcast, it's been a great journey getting an explanation from a pioneer person like you. So, for young chemists considering pharmaceutical R&D as a career, what skills or mindset are more valuable beyond technical expertise?
Yeah, for any chemist entering pharmaceutical R&D, a career-long mindset of adaptability, collaboration, and resilience is arguably more valuable than technical knowledge alone. While a strong foundation in organic and medicinal chemistry is essential, the industry's rapid evolution with new technologies and complex challenges demands a broader set of skills for true innovation and career longevity. Here, growth and mindset skills are radical intellectual honesty, adaptability, and continuous learning. And the big picture perspective of in this field is in a large organization, a single chemist contributes to a small piece of very large and complex pipeline. Understanding the context of your work, how your chemical modifications might affect toxicity, how manufacturing will scale your synthesis, or how your compound will be tested in clinical trials, enable better decision making. So, communication and collaboration skills are here more important. That is cross functional collaboration and active listening and documentation and reporting. These strategic and commercial skills are very important. Then here another more important points are problem solving mindset and strategic thinking and project management. These are very important. And then uh, the ultimate goal of all pharmaceutical R&D is to develop life-saving medicines, maintaining a focus on the patent and the unmet medical need can provide critical perspective and motivation during the inevitable setbacks and failures that occur in drug discovery. These are more important things in R&D side. Uh, that's
Right. So, what's a very common misconception about pharmaceutical R&D that you'd like to clear up for the audience?
Yeah, here is a common and prospective misconception about pharmaceutical R&D is that it is a linear, predictable, and largely deliberate process where scientists can simply design a cure for a disease. The reality is that it's a messy, chaotic, and high risk endeavor marketed by a high degree of uncertainty and failure. Here is a breakdown of the myth versus the reality. Here, the first myth is the drug development pipeline is a smooth assembly line. That is a myth. But reality is it's high attra- attrition, non-linear messes. The actual drug discovery pipeline is more like a funnel where an immense number of potential candidates are funneled through many stages, with most being eliminated and high failure rate. For every 10,000 potential compounds that enter the early discovery phase, only one or two will ever make it to market. The failure rate in clinical trials is famously high, with more than 90% of candidates failing at this stage. And complexity over elegance. The biological systems involved are incredibly complex, and a drug designed to target one protein can have unflexed effects elsewhere. A common cause of failure is a lack of efficacy. Even when a drug successful hits its intended target, that is a reality. Actually, myth is easy like that, but reality is here so many problems is there, and the decades long timelines and the entire process from initial discovery to market can take 10 to 15 years or even longer, underscoring the immense time and resources required. So this is the reality actually in this field. Another thing is one more myth is all the profits are pure profit. This is a myth. Many observers believe that the pharmaceutical industry's high profits are purely profit driven and not linked to R&D costs. These are people are thinking what like myth type, but reality is high investment and risk are inherent to the business model and billion-dollar costs. While debated, the cost of bringing a single successful drug to market is often cited as several billion dollars when accounting for the enormous number of failures. These development costs are passed on through pricing and funding the pipelines. They also a reality. In essence, pharmaceutical R&D is testament to perseverance in the face of scientific uncertainty. It's a far more complex, humbling, and resource intensive process than the public often images. These are the realities. So many problem means so many complications and fundings, investments, and uh, it will take 10 to 15 years. These are all actually reality phase in the R&D. Actually, so the
Okay, thank you, Dr. Venu Kandula, for being a part
yeah,
of
thank you.
the podcast. Yeah, with that, we would like to close the podcast. Thank you so much.